Hello, my name is Ryan Harper, and today on Reporter's Notebook, we have Caitlin Richards. Now, for those who don't know, Caitlin Richards is our nighttime reporter here at WNCT, and recently she's been covering a couple of cool stories, and one recently involves a barbershop that's in Washington. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So that was a fun one. Beaufort County Community College, they have opened a Barber Academy, and it's on Main Street in Washington, so it's right there where everything's happening. And so I just thought it would be a really fun story to get out there and interview some of the students that are partaking in this Barber Academy, as well as the professor or the instructor they hired for the academy. And so I went. It's a really cool setup. It's in a perfect location right there at the waterfront. Everybody can see it. And so it's really exciting that, and I was brave. I got in the chair and I even got my hair cut. The barbers there, they are able to do women's hair. And so I got a little trim in the seat. And so it's just really nice to go and get a really, really cheap haircut because they are students, but you're also giving them credit hours that they need to graduate. And so it's handy.
Yeah. And, I was looking at some of the things that you showcase in there. What was it like to see these people working towards a goal to better themselves? Because I know they had to put in how many hours? Over
1,000 hours. So it's very intense and it's crazy. I mean, it just being around people like that, they're so exciting. They're so excited for their future. They're there doing what they love. They have dreams. They have their aspirations. And so it's nice being around that energy where you're around students. The same thing for any college, graduation season. Just being around students like that are so eager to get out there, get their degree, get their certification. It's just exciting being around that.
Yeah. Now, what was it like? Whose idea was it for you to get your hair cut in the intro and the outro? Because, I saw that you had the main teacher, take a couple snips on your hair. So what can you tell us about that?
That was my idea.
Really?
That was actually all my idea. So I went there and I was just, I usually do all my interviews first because then that gives me a better layout in my head of how I want to shoot video. Mm-hmm. And so I did the interviews and it was just really chill, laid back in there. It wasn't too busy. And so then I shot some footage and then I was like, hey, you do women's hair. Would you mind giving me a little fresh cut for the summer? Mm-hmm. And he was like, the instructor, he was like, absolutely, take a seat, we'll hook you up. And so he did give me a trim. And so anyhow, while he was cutting, I did my intro and outro, and then we finished the haircut. So it was an actual full haircut.
Yeah, we can see it right now on the screen, and it's it looks so relaxing to sit there and do your intro, and you have so many components. You had the students, you had a teacher, and then this location where it teaches people to work towards a goal and start their own business, hopefully. So was there something about that location or this story that stood out to you?
I think it's just like the instructor said in the package that they wanted a lot of traffic. So whether it's foot traffic, driving traffic, it's a one-way street. So everybody's going by there. It's right there at the waterfront. There's ice cream shops, regular shops, boutiques. And so it's just really handy that everybody's right there walking by and then they can see that it's Academy. And so they can go in and ask questions like, hey, y'all are new here. Haven't seen you before. What are you about? Or they already know and they're there to get a haircut. Because, the haircuts are only $3, $4, $5. $5 at the max, I think. And so it's just really nice that it's right there. You have that very handy.
So, the barbershop store is really cool. And you also cover something that involves the lottery. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the other day, I believe it was Wednesday, there was the lottery, $1 billion up for grabs for whoever won. And so that was a really fun story. I went just to a local gas station and interviewed people. Some were pumping their tank, some were putting gas in their tank, and then some were specifically there to get a lottery ticket. Right. And so just talking to people about what brought you out. One man, he said, usually I come to get my soda here, but today's a different day. He had his lottery ticket. And so that was fun. But everybody I interviewed, when I asked the question, how would you spend $1 billion?
Right.
Pretty much everybody said, first off, we're going to pay off our debt, help our family. That's the priority. And then the
Right.
rest of it, they were given back in some measure. So that was really refreshing to hear right here in our community. They were all Greenville residents to know that that's how they would spend $1 billion. So that was sweet.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's nice to have these stories that's, a little bit more fun and, laid back. And, now's the number one question. What will you do with $1 billion?
Ooh, that's tricky. Right now, knock on wood, I don't have any debt to pay off, so I'm good there. But I think I will. My family does have a lot. My parents, they have 4 kids. All of us made it through college and stuff, so there's a good bit of debt.
Yeah.
And so, of course, number one priority would be helping the family. And then I've always said, like, I definitely wouldn't quit my job. I think I'm the type of person that I would be too bored
Yeah.
without, like,
I understand that.
responsibility, I really like getting into, like, a good schedule. I have my schedule.
Mhm.
And so I think just, like, staying at home, that's just not for me. I feel like I'm like a businesswoman.
Right.
And so I wouldn't quit my job, but I think just kind of setting it aside. And it's like, if we want to go on a trip, we have this money. Let's go on a trip. It's just kind of, and then use it when it's needed instead of all at one time or splurge on something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that sounds really, laid back and comfortable. Honestly, I think I would travel. I would love to visit some friends in Australia and New Zealand and stuff
Ooh,
like that.
yes.
So, or what is the Northern Lights? I want to see those in person. So, just travel a bit. But just like you, need to work because you get bored too easily nowadays. So, but now for anybody who wants to contact you with any kind of stories, where can they find you?
Well, you can always email me. A lot of people ask this when I'm out on assignments. I give them a business card. So you can always email me, and that's at crichards@WNCT.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook. I think it's Caitlin Richards _news. Or if you just look up Caitlin Richards, it will direct you to my professional news page. And then Instagram is Kate B. Richards, CAITB Richards.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. And I can't wait to have you back soon.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.